금자 너무너무 위대한 작전을 준비 중이거든. 도와줄 수 있지? 죽였어? 아직 바빴어. 맛있는 걸수록 더 따놓으면
화장이 그게 뭐야?
친절해 볼까? 안녕히 가세요.
Hello again, thanks for tuning in to Chop-Socky Cinema, the house where our pools run very deep with all of the wata that one can muster. I'm Josh.
William.
Roger.
And we just watched the conclusion to part Chan-wook's Vengeance trilogy, which is Lady Vengeance.
Good stuff.
And
Really good stuff.
I mean,
I like that. Really good.
And I mean, really just, I think it ends on a particularly high note. I love this movie. I told you guys that I felt this is the most positive message out of all three Vengeance movies.
That's definitely the truth on that one.
Oh yeah.
Because actually, one thing that even though the other ones where like in Old Boy, Daesu he never really considered what he was gonna do.
Nope.
After he got his revenge, he just wanted to get it, and even then, like the bad guy says, "Well, what do I live for now?"
Mm-hmm.
And Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance. I mean, that Mr. Park, he only cared about, I'm going to kill the sumbitch that killed my little girl.
Yep.
But no, I mean, really, the main character, Jumya, she struggles
Yeah.
with the fact that, okay, once I succeed, how can I atone for all the awful shit that I've done?
Yep.
Oh,
I
speaking.
love how they refer to it as her
Magnificent plan.
as her magnificent plan when they go through it.
And I love, there are several confidants that are basically former cellmates, and they all know about it because they're all just like, "Have you started your magnificent plan?"
Pretty much, yeah.
Then I like the bank robber where I was like, "Honey, she's got a magnificent plan."
It was very like musical-esque. Honey, she got a magnificent plan. We can't be in at the same time. Oh,
And
right.
then the husband, he's like, "You can help, right? Right?" But I mean, and this is very much this whole plan. It's chess, not checkers. I mean,
yeah.
It is super complicated and elaborate. I mean,
Part of it seems kind of convoluted, but still working at one point.
Oh yeah.
oh no, that's the other thing is where just you find, and the more you find, I mean, that's kind of the fun part about the movie is the more you watch, the more levels you find out that this plan has.
Exactly.
But anyways, a quick little synopsis here. Short and sweet. After being blackmailed and wrongly imprisoned for 13 years, a beautiful woman is finally set free. Now her brutally elaborate plan for vengeance against the true criminal can begin to unfold. Wow, I speak worse English than the Korean people in this movie.
You gotta learn to go to his school.
No, I don't want to go to his school.
Go to his kindergarten class. She'll be safe as long as you're in his class.
No.
He always went to other schools.
I don't know if that's completely true or not.
That's what you came up with at the end, anyway.
Oh, I love it.
I'm sorry, that's still funny. The whole like, you eat tofu on your first day out of prison, you stay pure, you'll never commit crimes again. Topple.
She's like,
She flatly
Go
goes
screw yourself.
Like,
Go screw yourself.
oh, it's like, oh, kind-hearted Jean.
Love that
She was always helpful, and she built women up. She didn't tear them down. She even, one might say, she even killed with kindness.
And cake.
No, one would definitely say she killed with kindness.
Oh yeah.
Because she literally kills someone with kindness in this movie.
That is true.
And all I say is giving mad props to Lee Seung-ai, the woman that played June Ja. This is a ridiculously complex character.
Oh, very much so.
Yeah.
I mean, you see, like, I mean, she's cold-blooded, but at the same time, she's.
I'm starting to wonder what
Nice enough.
kind of person she actually was before she went to prison. Because everyone kept saying, like, referring to how much she had changed the entire time.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, she herself said that I was a very naive young person.
Yeah.
But, I mean, but still, I mean, a little bit more of a glimpse into that to me this seemed a little bit better.
She was pretty much driven to what happened. So.
Well, I think also what it was is as far as that's sort of the narrative enough to where it was just that Bake knocked her up,
Yeah.
and she went to him because her parents basically didn't want an out of wedlock pregnant girl in their house, and then of course he convinced her. That again, this very much like the girlfriend from Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, he gives the whole there are good kidnappings and bad kidnappings.
Yeah.
So it seems to be that kind of common theme between all three of these, the whole kidnapping thing.
Oh yeah.
So somebody's either gets kidnapped and gets revenge from being kidnapped, or someone they loved or cared about gets kidnapped in some way, and they either die or don't necessarily die, but something really bad happens to them.
Oh yeah.
Things like that. So,
everything that can go wrong will.
And then another thing that I saw that kind of common between all three is each movie has a female character who generally is caught in the collateral damage of the revenge that's being dealt out.
Mm-hmm.
This is
her daughter.
Yeah, this would be Jenny. Yeah, a little girl named Jenny. Where as opposed to the first two, where Mito, from like Old Boy, she probably got it the worst out of everybody.
More than likely, yeah.
And then of course the little girl from Sympathy for Mr. Vengeance, Suma was basically through no fault of her own. Suffered a whole lot, and I mean, and actually anything, this whole situation, Jenny not only betters herself as a person, but she's the one that actually is actually able to finally convince her mother that
maybe you shouldn't kill the guy. Maybe this is not the
right. Or basically, she's like, maybe you should just stop carrying this weight and move on.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
I didn't see that. I did like that whole little turn of events. She's just where she's confessing to Jenny.
Oh yeah,
because like translating everything.
Oh yeah, because that some bitch that did all this is translating for her because her English is not that good.
Yep.
And Jenny, which I think Jenny's Korean is actually better than her mother's English.
Yeah.
I don't think. No, I think that was talking about the scene where she's reading the envelope, reading the letter. Well, the letter was in English. She was going through the
dictionary.
So I'm guessing that's how I'm guessing that was the whole envisioning of how it would be read.
Pretty much, yeah.
If her daughter.
And then as far as visuals, I know William, you caught on to this before me and Roger did. There's a scene where it gets real kind of jumpy and shaky, and then where William chimed in and said, "Oh, it's because we're seeing it from the perspective of the other girl in the room."
Yep.
And
I was just like, because that's what it reminded me of. Because I noticed how when she was sitting in the chair and when she was like leaning forward, her head was still. But her head was still like kind of bobbing back and forth for a second.
Yep.
So I was like, and then when it just cut to the whole over the table view,
you could
watching
see she
her
was tied up
friend.
and then she was gagged, so she was like coming back into it.
Well, no, she wasn't gagged. She was just her mouth was all bloody up. Yeah, her mouth was all bloodied up.
And again, got to give it up for Choi Min-sik. I think I get the impression that this was the one where I imagine Hart talking to him said, "It's like." So I get to be the bad guy in this one. And
you sure do.
Oh God, yeah.
And
his character, he is a scum fuck.
Oh yeah.
Awful person. And eventually,
he's also a dog at one point. So
that
made more sense now watching the rest of the movie.
Yeah. And I think one of the things is even though she spent like about a quarter of her life planning how to get back at this guy, somewhere deep down, this is someone that, she was very close to at one point.
Yep.
That she trusted. And and for reasons that we can't really go into in the story, is another reason why she would be a little bit hesitant to actually kill him.
Yeah.
All right, so, William, what did you like about the movie?
A lot of stuff I like about this movie. I actually like, one of my favorite things about it, though, was the designs of the weapons.
Mm-hmm.
Grant, I know one of her cellmates, husband now. Yeah, it's husband. Once she meets up with him again, he apparently is a gunsmith, and he makes the handgun that she ends up using, and the two shotguns in the earlier bank robberies. Those actually like the designs of those. Those are pretty cool.
And one thing I like about it is that as a director, he really establishes that this guy is a machinist of some sort. Because when you meet him, he's in his workshop. He's hand tooling parts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And the interactions between her and her daughter, those are pretty cool. The scenes where they show her going in and out prison scenes where you get in like the actual background of everything. I like those.
But I mean, that's the one I love just the backstory of this movie. I mean, like when like she puts up the map, which was hidden in like a Buddhist prayer book, which I think is so cool.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the husband's like, where the hell did you find this thing? I mean, this gun's ancient. And it cuts to her cellmate, whom was a senile North Korean spy who was like, comrade, don't let them find the plans, comrade. If they ask, you're boiling rabbit.
Pretty much.
But and just like I said, this is such a complex movie. They get a lot. He covers a lot of ground in 2 hours. Really, as they lay it out layer by layer, and then especially when you realize, like, the connection that certain characters have.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That I mean, you intentionally don't know how they're connected to the plan until the very
She goes
end.
back to like our old neighborhood, and she knows like 15 to 20 people in jail. That's pretty awesome. Like that she set that all up in.
And finally, as far as like the participants in the plan, gotta give it up for the detective.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Because I know
Big fan of that.
another thing. Well, oh boy, the police are non-existent.
Yeah.
There's no cops. And the Sympathy Mr. Vengeance, the one dude, like the one detective that was helping Park out. But this one, I mean, this guy, I mean, he's not a dummy. I mean, he pretty much knew the score from the beginning.
Uh huh.
And then my favorite, and then at the end, he is being like the helpful murder concierge,
Yep.
like showing
He's
people
giving
how.
the directions on how to stab and how to slice somebody.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then he sat there, and every time he takes where I'll take that. And then he's just like whistling a jaunty tune, like mopping up like blood will bleach at the end.
Pretty much.
So basically, just I love like really strong characters in this movie,
Yeah.
and
They're-
I
they're quite a few.
love, and finally, I guess just that the movie shows that like how something horrible can connect everybody.
Yeah. And ultimately turn into something good. Sort of.
All right, Roger, what did you like about it?
My favorites were probably the flashback scenes. I think that probably inspired a lot of stuff that came after it, like maybe Orange is the New Black when you get a back shot into what happened and brought them up to that point
Yeah,
and stuff like that. Because this came out in what, 2004?
2004, yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of stuff is probably taken from it since, just on the popularity of Old Boy, and people hearing about Old Boy being just such a weird flick or whatever. Its popularity gave Park Chan-wook more of a budget, and you see it in this movie because he does a lot more trick shots and stuff like that. There's one of him just like panning through a window, and then it cuts back to a blue-tinted window and back into a classroom and stuff like that. I love all those trick shots and stuff like that,
They
and
did
all the
something
special
similar
effects.
like that. They did something similar in Running Scared.
Yeah.
Really good Paul Walker movie. Watch it.
Oh yeah. or The Gun That Got Away.
All right, so what did we not like about this movie?
Pretty much. I don't know if we're all gonna be in agreement on this, but it seemed like when you got to the end, it didn't want to end, or
Yeah.
it didn't know exactly what point it should end on, so it kind of kept going a little further and a little further and a little further.
And like,
I appreciate the closure and everything, but
yeah.
at a certain point,
I think it did that. I felt like it did that to tie up the last story. And is she gonna send the girl back or
I don't
no?
know. She's sending the girl back.
Yeah.
I mean, you pretty much get that.
And I mean, the thing is, I understand it because I think it was just at the same time, even it was like all the people that were involved in the last horrible act of the movie, like kind of, they just have that moment where they kind of take a breath and realize, yeah, we did this.
Yep.
And what do we do? Like, where do we go from here? Because I think they realized, I think they were glad that they did it, but they didn't feel better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They still have that empty spot.
And basically, yeah, like I said, I thought the ending just dragged a little bit, but I get why he did it that way. All right, Raj, what did you not like about it?
There's not a lot I didn't like about it. I like pretty much everything about it. I mean, compared to like the second movie, there was really slow parts. This one had a lot faster pacing. I really liked that about it. Stuff about it I didn't like. I like the whole thing really overall.
Yeah, I mean, it's a solid movie.
Yeah.
Final thoughts. One thing I think that if we would have watched this just on its own, I think I still would have really liked it.
Oh,
But
yeah.
watching like
Comparing it
Sympathy
to the
and
three-
Old Boy
Yeah, watching
in the
like-
previous weeks, you really get that he
kind of grew a little bit.
had a progression going.
He actually wanted to get it to where someone actually survives the whole ordeal, and even
Yeah.
though they feel like they don't deserve any good thing coming to them, they actually do. Still
And I mean, this thing is, I mean, the message of this one is really the only way to move past something horrible like this is really just
Atonement.
Yeah.
You do something little, you make up for it in a little way. You do something horrible, you have to do something in a really big way to make up for
You
it.
have to do 1,000 good little things.
That last shot of Junja, just nomming the crap out of that cake.
That's how I eat
And then
cake.
starts crying.
And that is how one person should eat a cake at least once in their life.
Oh, yes.
Just take a deep breath and just go for it.
All right,
Air, you don't need air.
so ratings. What do we give this, guys?
I will give this a 4.5 out of 5 paper cranes. Just for the simple fact that I did enjoy all this, and watching the first two again gave me so much more of an appreciation for this one.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's like, oh, the hurting finally stopped.
No. The hurt didn't stop. It just kind of like leveled
It evened
off
out.
a bit.
It petered.
It was just like, I've been screwing you guys over for a while. I think I'm just gonna like.
I would give this movie a full 5 paper cranes. I loved this movie. Loved it. It was fantastic.
I did 5 paper cranes. Whoop, whoop.
I mean, just from start to finish, like the direction, the acting in it.
Tour de force, my favorite Christmas Korean movie ever.
Actually, yeah, it actually is my favorite Korean murder Christmas.
Yep.
Okay, I'll give you that.
As well
Thank
as
you,
should.
Roger.
Still like a company man.
Huh.
Hadn't seen it yet.
Haven't seen company man.
Yeah.
Put it on the list.
I'll go with Josh and go 5 paper cranes. I see the leaps and bounds he made from Old Boy to the next movie to this movie, and this movie is pretty much better for it. Like, you can see the learning process, and this is better, and I expect his next movie to be better than this.
And all right, guys. Well, thank you for taking the ride with us. Lots of highs, lots of dizzying lows. And we're going to finish up this particular block of episodes with our East Meets West feature, where we are going to watch Spike Lee's remake of Old Boy, starring Josh Brolin as, I don't remember his character's name, so I'll be referring to him as Hank Dasu.
Hank Dasu, because American makes everything better.
I mean, also stars Samuel L. Jackson. So,
Yeah.
like every other movie that came out that year.
That's
Anyways, please tune in with us. I mean, how will it stack up? Will it be better? Probably not. Will it be better in different ways? Will it be worse? I don't know. I guess you'll find out when we find
The
out.
big question: will it be palatable?
Well, the original Old Boy wasn't exactly palatable.
Take an old
My
Korean
point exactly.
If you take an old Korean movie and then make it a Spike Lee joint, how will that work?
Yeah, well, I guess we'll find
Will it
out.
be marvelous? Will it be horrible?
Oh, no, he did a. Never mind.
Anyways, thanks for tuning in, guys. I'm Josh,
William.
Roger.
and we'll see you in the Chop-Socky house.